In the flickering candlelight of a dim room, a name is whispered with trepidation. Bloody Mary. This spectral figure, shrouded in mystery and horror, lurks in the realm of superstition. It is said that a mere chant in front of a mirror can summon her presence, revealing glimpses of the future or unleashing untold terror. Things are about to get strange.
And goblins, welcome to Conspiracy Weird, where we talk about conspiracy theories and all things weird. I am your host, Molly, and with me today is Joshua.
Yo.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
I have some Dr. Pepper and Panera mac and cheese with a little dash of butter in it, warmed up. So I'm happy.
I've got
Sour Patchies?
Sour Patchies for snack time here.
So if you hear them go, it's because they're sour.
That's what I'm going to do in the middle of the episode. You're not going to know what happens. I'm just going to throw it in there.
Do it.
No, later in the middle of the episode.
I'm telling you to do it.
You won't know what is happening. I'm just gonna be looking at you, and then all of a sudden,
And if you want to hear more fun content, go to our Patreon.
Where we actually will have posted in a few days' time
an episode
on Mel's Hole.
Ooh, spooky. So join today.
Yeah.
Or else
we will be sad.
That's about it.
That's about it. And broke. Sad and broke.
Well, that's just normal.
Oh, God. Ain't that the truth?
So, you know what we're talking about today?
I do, because we talked about this.
We are talking about Bloody Mary today. We're very professional. Very professional here.
Very professional up in here.
Very professional.
Up in here. No, we're not.
At all. So,
Bloody Mary.
In case you don't know, Bloody Mary is a legend of a ghost, phantom, or spirit conjured to reveal the future. It is said that she will appear in a mirror when her name is chanted repeatedly. Did you know that? I did.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Was that scripted or were you asking me?
I'm asking.
Yes, I've heard of it before.
Depending on historic variations of the legend, the spirit can be malevolent. I can't even talk.
Malevolent?
I can't even talk today. Malevolent or benign. Historically, the ritual encouraged young women to walk up a flight of stairs holding a candle and a hand mirror in a dark house.
Well, that wouldn't be able to be done in most places here in Florida because a lot of us have one-story houses.
Not my mom's house.
Not your mom's house, but...
She also has a basement.
But then again, I wouldn't be walking up the stairs with a candle. I already have a hard enough time
walking normal.
Walking normal.
Not upstairs.
In the middle of the night, I don't want to be where I can't see well.
As they gaze into the mirror, they are supposed to be able to catch a view of their future husband's face. There was, however, a chance that they will see a skull or the face of the Grim Reaper instead. Ooh. This indicated that they were going to die before they would have a chance to marry. In the ritual of today, Bloody Mary allegedly appears to individuals or groups who ritualistically invoke her name as an act of divination. This is done by repeatedly chanting her name into a mirror placed in a dimly lit room that only has a candle in it. The name must be repeated around 13 times. The Bloody Mary spirit allegedly appears as a witch, ghost, or corpse that can be seen as good or evil. Sometimes it is covered in blood, hence the name. The lore surrounding the ritual states that the participants may endure the apparition screaming at them, stealing their soul, strangling them, drinking their blood, or scratching their eyes out.
Yeesh. Ouch. Wouldn't want... That'd be one scary spirit.
Yeah. I'm going to eat some mac and cheese. You go. I hate it here.
So who is Bloody Mary? That's the question. As Molly goes, nom, 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 nom.
Don't mind the munching.
Well, it could be a couple of different women. The main thought was that it was Queen Mary I of England. She was best known as Bloody Mary because she burned around 280 Protestants alive during her reign.
Fun.
Not fun. Smelly business. She did not seem likely to be the queen, let alone the bloody one. Her father wanted a male heir and tried to do anything to get one.
What is with men wanting boys?
They want to carry on their bloodline.
Shut up.
As queen, one of Mary's top priorities was to return England back to the Catholic Church. She married Philip II of Spain, squashed a Protestant rebellion, and reversed many of her father and half-brother's anti-Catholic policies. In 1555, she wanted Protestants to return to Catholicism. She thought that a few executions would make the transition take place faster.
When have executions ever fucking worked?
I wish I knew you were about to curse, because then I would have went...
Sorry.
But Protestants were determined to not change religions. From 1555 to 1558, when Mary died, about 300 Protestants were burned alive. The legend of Bloody Mary often depicts the spirits searching for a child or even possessing one, a detail that echoes the life of Queen Mary beyond her infamous executions by fire. Queen Mary was consumed with the desire to conceive. Her efforts, however, took a bizarre twist. Despite never successfully bearing a child, she experienced 2 phantom pregnancies. In one instance, she believed herself to be pregnant for over a year. This longing might explain why the Bloody Mary folklore is portrayed as seeking a baby.
Babies are not fun. They're cute, but they keep you awake. All the time.
And a lot of things, yeah.
All the time. My youngest is 6, and I'm tired. Continue.
Okay. Another plausible story of Bloody Mary emerges from the 1800s, centered on a young woman named Mary. A deadly illness swept through her region, claiming numerous lives in a short span. In those days, death was hastily declared. Doctors might find no pulse or hold a mirror beneath a person's nose and see no breath to cloud it. Yet, these signs weren't always reliable, and many were mistakenly pronounced dead while still alive. Bring out your dead! To guard against such errors, a small hole was drilled into coffins, threaded with a string that connected to a bell above the ground. If the buried awoke, they would tug the string to signal for rescue. When Mary fell gravely ill and appeared to succumb, she was placed in a coffin and buried quickly, the lid left easy to unfasten. The string was placed in her hand as a precaution. A week had passed, her parents clinging to hope, though her friends insisted she'd never stir again.
Oh no.
Eventually, her parents stepped away from the house and a neighbor arrived to finish burial with, string included. Soon after, Mary awoke in her coffin. She yanked the string frantically, but her parents were gone and the neighbor was too distant to hear.
Oh no.
In her desperation, she pulled so hard the bell detached and fell. Clawing at the coffin interior, she fought until her strength gave out and she truly perished. Upon returning, her father noticed the displaced bell and ordered the grave exhumed. When they pried open the coffin, Mary lay frozen in terror, blood staining her fingertips and dress. A mirror held to her nose clouded with faint breath. though this time she was undeniably gone. Legend claims her spirit fused with that mirror. Now, when someone chants Bloody Mary 3 times before a looking glass, she emerges, claws bared, to seize her victim. No.
Okay, let's go on to another story of who it might be. A woman lived deep in the woods in a tiny cottage and sold herbal remedies for a living. According to the townspeople, she was a witch and they called her Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. No one crossed her because they did not want her to curse them. There were little girls in the village that started to disappear one by one. The families began searching everywhere, but there were no sign of them. A few brave people went to Bloody Mary's house to see if the girls were in her cottage. She denied any knowledge of the missing girls. It was noted that her appearance had changed. She became more attractive and looked younger. The night came when the daughter of the miller rose from her bed and walked outside. She followed an enchanted sound that no one else could hear. The miller's wife was not feeling good and was awake in the kitchen when her daughter left the house. She screamed for her husband's help, and the miller came running out. They tried to restrain the girl together, but she kept breaking away from them and was heading out of town. The cries of the miller and his wife woke up the neighbors. They came to help. A few of the men in town followed the miller out to the woods after a strange light was spotted on the edge of the woods. They saw Bloody Mary standing beside a large oak tree, holding a magic wand, and she was pointing to the miller's house. She was glowing with an unreal light as she set her evil spell on the daughter. The men grabbed their pitchforks and guns and ran towards the witch. One of the farmers shot the witch in the hip with a silver bullet, and she fell to the ground. Then men jumped on her and carried her back to a field where they built a huge bonfire. They burned her at the stake. As she was being burned alive, Bloody Mary screamed out curses at the townspeople. If anyone said her name out loud in front of a darkened mirror, they would summon the vengeful spirit of the witch. When she was dead, the villagers went to her house and found the unmarked graves of the little girls. The witch used their blood to make her young again. From that day forward, anyone foolish enough to say her name in front of a mirror will summon her spirit, and she will tear their bodies into pieces. The souls of those unfortunate ones will burn as Bloody Mary once did. They will be trapped in the mirror forever. So is there any scientific reasoning to see a face in a mirror in a dimly lit room?
Perhaps.
There may be an explanation to seeing the faces in the mirror. Staring in a dimly lit room may actually cause hallucinations. Psychologist Giovanni Caputo from the University of Urbino stated that this is a phenomenon that he calls the strange face illusion and can cause the effect of dissociative identity effect. This causes the brain's facial recognition system to misfire in a currently identified way. There is also a phenomenon called the Troxler effect. This is when you stare at the same object for a long period of time. There comes a point when your brain adapts or gets used to the unchanged stimuli. As a result, your neurons cancel the information out, and the image often appears blurry, distorted, or fade until you look around or blink. Generally, humans have the ability to see faces in everyday objects like trees or clouds. It makes sense that dim lighting and visual tricks would cause people to see another face in the mirror.
But wait, there's more. Another candidate for Bloody Mary is Mary Worth, often depicted as a witch executed for crimes like child murder, with varying accounts suggesting she was burned at the stake or lynched. Her existence is debated, with some sources suggesting she's a fictional amalgamation possibly linked to local folklore in places like Wadsworth, Illinois, where she allegedly tortured escaped slaves.
That sucks. They already went through enough. Leave them alone.
Right. Or there's even Elizabeth Bathory, a 16th century Hungarian noblewoman, as another potential inspiration, accused of murdering hundreds of girls and bathing in their blood to maintain youth. However, historical debate surrounds her guilt, with some arguing the accusations were politically motivated, suggesting caution in linking her directly to the legend. But mirrors have a rich history in folklore, often seen as portals to other realms or traps for souls. Superstitions include covering mirrors after death to prevent spirits from lingering, and the belief that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck, rooted in Roman ideas of soul renewal.
And that's why you don't put a mirror facing your bed, because then spirits can watch you sleep. Bam!
Or someone could sneak in your house, put a camera behind the mirror, and
watch you do stuff.
Watch you do stuff.
Are you ready for dun-dun-dun-dun?
Fun facts?
Fun facts.
Fun facts. Psychoanalysts have proposed that the game has to do with the onset of menstruation in young women.
They blame everything on women's periods.
They blame everything on women, period.
Fact. Everything is always our fault, all the time, no matter what. And I'm tired.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
There's a poem by Robert Burns. He explained that if you take a candle and go alone to a looking glass, eat an apple before it, and some traditions say you should comb your hair all the time, you will see over your shoulder the face of the person you will marry. Creepy.
Okay, so questions for you. 1, do you think that the Bloody Mary phenomenon really takes place?
As usual, I think in some capacity something took place. Like, I could definitely believe some psychotic people bathed in blood.
Yeah.
And that there are other crazy people that killed a lot of girls for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And somehow stories mixed or, turned into, folklore. Every legend has its, ties to some sort of realistic root, typically. So, do I necessarily believe in the whole Bloody Mary one particular person? I don't know. I don't think so. But I think a good mixture of things developed Bloody Mary.
Which option do you think really causes the ghost in the mirror? Do you think it's really Bloody Mary, or do you think it's the whole brain playing tricks on you? Gotcha.
I think people tend to see what they want to see in the mirror, and but yeah, I definitely believe there's your brain causing tricks to be played on you. I mean, you could rub your eyes and see spots and things.
TV static.
It's TV static and stuff. So go figure. In the dark, you're gonna start imagining things. Or your brain's gonna start playing tricks on you, or your eyes and your brain are gonna play tricks on you.
And are you up to doing Bloody Mary in the mirror tonight with me? Yes, because we're doing it on Patreon.
Yes, I have to be.
So do you have any end thoughts on this episode?
Careful what you chant for. Don't say, we didn't warn you that she is scary.
Because
I'm telling you now, it may be scary.
You could possibly see your future spouse, or you could get your eyeballs clawed out.
Or you could see a crazy lady behind you, wailing, looking for her baby.
That's just me. Hey! Okay.
No.
As the legend whispers through generations, the true nature of Bloody Mary remains a puzzle interwoven with history, myth, and the darkest corners of the human imagination. Stay weird, y'all.
We want to thank you for tuning in. You can find us on all your favorite social platforms by searching Conspiracy Weird, posting photos and details from each episode. Please consider keeping our tummies full by donating to the Snack Fund. Donations will be given a shout out on the podcast. Special thanks to Audionautics.com for the theme music. And remember, question everything.